Good morning from Long Rock. So I am walking to the bus stop. It is about 9:30. Just had breakfast at the hotel, and I'm gonna go take the bus just like a little over a mile to Marazion. Just save myself that mile walking since I already did it yesterday, and I'm gonna get on the trail. I'm hoping to get to Porthleven today, which I think is about 12 miles. But there's Praa Sands, which is like 8, and they both have, like Porthleven has a better access to a bus, but Praa Sands has one as well. So those are my plan and backup plan for the day, and I'm just going to get as far as I can get. Here I am back in Marazion where I left off yesterday. And you can see the tide's out a little further, so people are walking across the little walkway. It's still a teeny bit submerged, but probably shallow enough that if you're okay getting your feet wet, you're fine. Very cool. Well, the beginning of this part of the walk is a road walk, which at least there's a sidewalk, so I'll take it. But I think we're getting on to path soon. Well, I guess there's some sort of diversion. At least they're telling me now. Thank you. So, more wood walk. This is the most developed and like official and seemingly permanent diversion sign I've ever seen. I'm here for it. Okay, I guess this is where I turn towards the actual coast. Cool. So we got a little sign here and a little sign here. This is the type of signage I like. Also, let's hope that this little plant tunnel continues to be this open. Okay, so I am walking on the path. It's fairly flat so far. Hopefully it stays this way. It's like a little up, a little down, but no big hills. The lack of signage though is real. Like, you come to all these like forks that could be a couple of different things, and then just there's no sign to tell you which way to go. So thankfully I have my map so I can figure it out, but to go from like these pristine, really nice signs to nothing is kind of wild. So that's my two. Well, it's telling me where I came from. So I've gone 2.25 miles according to this. Also, oh, sails, man. But I think this is the direction I go. Currently in Praa Sands, something like that. I found a sign. So it says Praa Cove, 2 miles. Okay, everything's going great until we hit this section. Like, here's the other route, which it would be fine. But here's the route I have to go down if I want to stay on the path. Of course. I have a suspicion that people are circumventing that by going up and around instead of through that. And there across the bay you can see there's Newland and then Mousel, which apparently is how you say it, Mousel, but it's spelled mouse hole. I don't know, at least that's how the locals say it. Well, in an unfortunate turn of events, it looks like we're gonna have a lot of foliage in the next section, so I better cover up again. Well, we're back to having normal signage. Like, there's no other direction you could go here besides there, but they've decided to put a sign just to let you know you're still on the path. So I appreciate that. Well, around the bend, I think that in the distance might be Porthleven. It's either Porthleven or Praa Sands, one or the other. Okay, I'm almost certain that that is Praa Sands, and then around this next corner, right there, you can barely see a little bit of white. I think that's a building. I think that might be Porthleven. Really old buildings. Thatch. It's like some sort of winch system. A little outbuilding. That has something to do with like fishing or something in this cove. Okay, well I made it to Praa Cove and I'm just making my way around it and then on to Praa Sands. Praa Cove just seems to be like a bunch of little coves and some parking. Like it's not really like a in town type place. But Praa Sands seems to have like some obviously like vacation home type stuff and maybe a couple shops and like toilets and stuff. So I might look to do lunch there. But I think I want to try and find somewhere to sit here and do just a little break. So. Well, I think my break is gonna have to wait a little bit. I'm past Praa Cove. I think I'm at Carnegie something, and it's all just foliage. So there's not really anywhere to stop and like sit and take off my shoes. So I think I'm just gonna power through, and unless I find a good spot to sit and take off my shoes where I'm not getting attacked by foliage or bugs, I'll probably just take a nice long break in Praa Sands. The plants are mighty when even the boardwalks are getting overgrown. So that part that juts out, that peninsula, I'm just gonna be walking towards there for the next bit today and whatever time I have tomorrow. I don't know that I'm gonna get to the end, but I'm gonna get as far as I can. Today, my goal is really more like there-ish. So let's keep going. Praa Sands, made it. Okay, break time. Yeah, I had a nice little lunch on the beach. Now it's time to get rolling again. Well, slightly less signage than I'd like, but I think I found it. Also made some new friends who are over there, and I think they're lost, but I'm not gonna walk over there to help them because that's far. You know, it's interesting. The last time I came to Cornwall, you know, I was here for like 2 weeks. And then I was on Scilly for like another week. And I swear, I maybe heard like 2 or 3 American accents, besides my own, in that whole time that I was here. And now I hear so many. And I don't know if it's like, I just happened to not run into them last time, or if there's just like a lot more Americans that have come out this year. I also just feel like there's a lot more people walking the path this year. Again, maybe it's the section that I'm doing, or maybe it's something else, but it's interesting. All right, found a little map. That's cool. So I've come from past here, from Marazion, and then here I am. I'm gonna walk around over there to Porthleven. So contrary to that lovely little map they have put up there, you can't actually walk that direction. Like it's all cordoned off and it's like, you cannot go this direction. So I'm finding the path, which is, there we go. There. Wild. Back into the ferns we go. At least there's some space right here. Okay, so it looks like Porthleven is 4¼ miles. Let's hope it's not just bushes the whole way. There's the other edge of the other peninsula, right around Lamorna is where the edge is. And that first dip in, it's Penzance, Mounts Bay, and then that's Praa Cove, and then Praa Sands. And I've walked all of it in the last few days, so progress. Haven't come across one of these in a hot second. Yep, definitely a mine shaft. Well, it's apparently been too long since I've done a big up-down, so here we go. Also, I didn't expect to see another one of these guys. I guess there is a small-time mining operation over here. So that path down there is technically the coastal path. It just loops around this head on the low side. So it means you have to go down, just come back up again. And then this one just stays where I was, so it does the same thing, just higher up. So I'm gonna do this one. The end. The old me would have been like, no, we have to stay to the actual path. But me of this year is about enjoying the ride more than like checking the box. So I'm still gonna be walking the entire coast of Cornwall at some point. At least that's my current plan. So what does it matter if I'm 50 feet further down the hill when that path joins with this path again? So that's my hot take on the matter. Also, these people told me that there's gonna be, I forget how they pronounce them, those birds that are really like protected over here in Cornwall. Those things that looks like cluffs or something. They pronounce it differently than that, but people are really into seeing them. I've seen a lot. They're very loud. I'm not a bird person, so what are you gonna do? Okay. I've seen a lot of ways to get over the fence, but this is not a usual one. At least not in this day and age. I can see people are probably still climbing over there, but I use the stairs. It's quite lovely. Okay, now to walk quickly through the cows. There we go, it meets back up at 175 yards. I have another little mini stair step thing. Civilization. It might be Porthleven, actually. We shall find out to the path. Porthleven is 2¼ miles. Perfect. Oh, hey, it's another one of these mining things. Cool, 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 cool. There are apparently a bunch of little mining things over here. And a guy that looks like you very much went off-roading down there, but whatever. I cannot express how much of a no this would be for me. Like, good for you if this brings you joy. Just thinking about it brings me terror. So, according to my map, that's definitely Porthleven, which brings me joy. Because I'm kind of ready to be done. Like 2 miles or so seems about right. Seems very planty between here and there, which I don't love. But we'll see. Yeah, the rock layers. That's kind of cool. It's just over there too, it seems like. At least in a way that I can see. So it was way too windy for the audio on these clips to actually be distinguishable in any real way. But I was super intrigued by these windsurfers because it looked like they had one of those like hydrofoil or whatever those things are called, those like floating hoverboards. And then they had like a separate like basically kite thing that they were holding in their hand that wasn't connected, but that was helping them move around. So wild. This is Porthleven Harbor. Super cute. I actually almost stayed here for like half my time in Cornwall. I was going to split like 3 days in Penzance and 3 days here. I ended up not, one, because I wanted to like stay with my old man friends in the pub, but two, because I didn't really want to move midway through. And they both would have been like Airbnb, so it would have been hard to like store my bag and stuff, and so I kind of would have lost a day of like actually doing stuff because I would have been dealing with moving. So I just decided to stay in one place, which is basically in the middle of both of them. But this is such super cute. Like, look at that. So I got ice cream, and they say they don't make it here. And my other option was Kelly's, which is always a little artificial regardless of the flavor you get. So I decided to get the mocha chocolate. The guy that was working there was like, that's the good one. I was like, great. It's really coffee, which I'm not used to in ice cream, but it's really good. I would say I'd probably give it like like an 8.9 out of 10. Like, it's a little bitter at the end, like not in a bad way necessarily, but just I don't know if that's what I'm after. But yeah, so I'm gonna eat this, then I have to decide if I'm gonna hop on a bus or if I'm gonna like hang out here for an hour and then hop on a bus. But I think the only thing I do here, because everything's kind of closing because it's like 4:30, so I think the only thing I do here is eat dinner. I'm not quite ready for dinner, especially not after this, so I think I'm gonna hop on a bus and go back to Long Walk.